Hi everyone, this is Swanky Markets with the outlook for Wednesday the 26th of May. Lots and lots of breakouts today. I showed you in last night's videos pairs I was just waiting to break out, and they all broke out today. So there was lots of pips on the plate today. I hope some of you got some. And if you did, well done. There was hundreds and hundreds of pips there today. So the one thing you must not do when markets break out of patterns is to hesitate when the market starts to give you a move. You've planned for it to happen, you've worked out your stop loss, you've accepted the risk involved, but then still a lot of people hesitate. A good book for you to read is Emotion-Free Trading. If you haven't got it, and if you email me inquiries@swankymarkets.com, I will gladly forward it on to you to help get the emotion out of trading. I also attach in an email tonight to those who subscribe to the email the 5 steps on becoming a trader. I don't know who wrote it, I found it, and it's very, very good. So it'll take 5 minutes to read, and I would recommend you read it. Now, after all the moves we had in the early hours which went on into this morning, what do? Well, we have to wait. Again, yes, we have to wait. We have to wait for the market to set up another run. We have to wait for price to get back to levels where we want to take trades off, where we plan to take the trades. We'll go through some of the pairs, but tomorrow, I made a lot of pips today myself, so tomorrow, maybe the next day, I will, unless the markets come back to a level I'm extremely interested in, I'm just going to lightly trade. I will go away, I will do things during the day, I'll come back and check my computer, but I made a lot of pips today, so there's no pressure to make some more tomorrow, but we will go through what I'm looking at and things I've noticed. Anyway, right, let's start with this. This is the pound dollar. We're still in this range. If we go to the daily, we can see here in the daily, let me just draw the top line for this and you can see it there, 14497, 1445. You could have it a little bit lower than that if you wish, but we're still in this range. Alright, now this range is also a flag. A lot of people think a flag has got to be diagonal. It does not. It can be horizontal, and if we go down to a lower time frame, let's go down to the 4 hour, you can see a bit more. This is the 14482, I've got it on here, but that's the range. Flag, pole to the top of the flag is 356, pole to the bottom of the flag is 573. I am looking, if price gets back up to 14480 area, I am looking to short. If I short there and this time it breaks out, it's over 500 pips as rule of thumb, because we will have the pole on the other side. So I'm looking to short there on the pound. Okay, so if we go on to the weekly, you can see we're still here in this channel. It's just pinging off the bottom, but we really are in this range, so I am anticipating it'll break out to the downside. I could be wrong. We're not always right 100% of the time, no matter how experienced you are, but that is what I'm anticipating. So that is what I'm looking for on the 4 hour. That's the area I'm looking to short. Should price get up there, I will look to short there. Let's go to the euro. This is it on the daily. We had another down move in the euro today, came down, is now in an uptrend. Well, not an uptrend, but it's going up. This I thought might have been in cup and saucer pattern personally, but it has rebroken this trend line, so it is not. Let's look on the daily. Let's see where we are with it. I only want to short this if it gets back up to 12600 up here. That's where I want to short. It might just come up to this trend line. If it does come up to this trend line, I'll have another look at it on a lower time frame, an hour probably time frame, and that is where I will look to short it. If it breaks that, or I'm not getting the signals on the hourly 126, I'm definitely interested in shorting it there. But this is a pin bar reversal candle, then this signals that price could go up tomorrow. But bear in mind, a week last Monday we had the same thing, similar thing, and what happened Tuesday? Bang, down it went, right down to the bottom. So that is what I'm looking at on this pair. Swissy, this is it today. I'm out of this trade now. You all know I took a long out of the flag. Up it went, held it, took 2/3 out, got stopped out on my last third, which is grand, it's fine, it's pips in the bank, so there's no problem with me. But if we look on the daily, what is this? Same as the euro, pin bar reversal. This signals the price could go down a little bit. Price gets back to 1310, I will look on the 1 hour time frame, look see if there's any pivot levels around there. I look on the 4 hours, see if there's any EMAs around there, and look for reasons why price may stop and reverse here. So that is what I am looking on the Swissy. And I will look on, I won't put a forward order in, I will see how price reacts. So that's what I'm looking for on the Swissy. And let's see how far it pulls back. Aussie dollar, we had this breakout I showed you last night. We were in this wedge, price held at 83.30, and then if you could have got in there or you could have got in here, price close would have got you in here, fell all the way down. This breakout that we said last night netted 196, 197 pips at its peak, so you would have easily got some of that if you'd waited for that breakout. These are very nice breakouts, so let's see how it goes. What else am I looking for on this? I will look for smaller time frames for clues it is going to reverse. It has bounced off near the bottom. If we draw a trend line across here, you will see what I mean. Spiked just barely, a couple of picks spiked through, bounced. So there was a lot of buyers there who pushed that up, and those who did that are up 200 pips now since they did that this morning. But if we look at the daily, we'll see this is a pin bar reversal as well, signaling price might go up a little bit. And if we look on the monthly, you can see the price is spiking off the 55 EMA. If we look on the weekly, you can see it's also spiking off to 200 EMA, so it's trapped, and it is, so this might bounce up a little bit. So now 1 second, we have, let's have a look, we have here, now I don't have a MACD on my 4 hour charts. I still look at, I prefer divergence off the daily or the weekly, but on the 4 hour here you can all see we have MAC divergence. That with our pin bar reversal candle that we have on the daily shows the price may spike up a little bit, and it might go a little bit higher before coming back down. That's okay, I don't mind that. And this has got to be played out. Well, it doesn't have to. We saw the other week where it wasn't played out. So watch that area 83.24. I'd anticipate it's going to go up to 84.55, but maybe up to the 55 here. We'll just see it where it goes. A lot of pips today, so we'll just wait and see. Okay, this is the US dollar CAD. When I did this video last night, I don't think this had been reached. The target up here was just over 90 pips away, and price ended up at its peak 251 pips. So these pennants, you can see, work. Sometimes they might only get to there, other times they'll take off. So it always helps to leave a little bit in, because you never know. So that was a nice trade, 251 pips. Now, if we're to now with the CAD is still, I have this argument daily. People saying it's in an uptrend. It's not in an uptrend. Look at the weekly. It is still in a downtrend. Okay, look at it. Height here. It's downtrend, right? This could be shaping up to be a head and shoulders pattern. Look across. This could be the shoulder, this could be the head, this could be the shoulder. We have to wait and see. So I'm still, at this moment, as I talk to you right now, short biased on this pair. Okay, if we look on the, if I bring this down to the 4 hour, okay, what we have, again on a 4 hour, we have MACD divergence. Okay, so this, and we can see there that is going up, MACD is going down, stocks are going down, so MACD divergence. So tomorrow I'm going to leave this pair and I'm going to see what way it's going to go for me. If we look at the weekly, you can see it can't close above 10666, which is the 55 EMA. And if you look at the daily, you will see that it is also the 365 here, and then you would need a break of that 200 to go back down. So let's leave it tomorrow and we'll see what happens with it. US dollar yen broke here last night, another good move down, and that at its peak was 100 pips and has now gone back up again. 90.40 is a nice 90.40, 90.50, another area to think about shorting there. Euro yen, another pair that broke out last night. off that pennant I showed you, and at its peak 260 pips that was up at its peak. So it is just closed below the lows. Let's go to the larger time scales and you'll see the 4 hour. Now the reason I didn't think about shorting there at 111.36 this evening is, let's look at the daily reversal pin bar. Price is not closed on the daily below that level, so which was the previous low daily close yesterday low. So that's why I haven't taken a short there this evening. EMAs are closing down. MACD's down here. Tiny bit of divergence there on the daily, not a lot, just a tiny bit.